Good evening and welcome to Christian Brothers Academy. My name is Dave Marshall. I'm the principal here at CBA. And welcome to our Dan Byrne Performing Arts Center. At this time, as we do all events at CBA, I'd like us to start in prayers. Let us remember that we are always in the holy presence of God. During this most holy Advent season, let us celebrate the birth of Jesus and allow us to acknowledge all that we have to be thankful for, while recognizing God in every person we encounter. Help us to be mindful of those who especially go without food, without shelter, without family, and without love. We thank you, Lord, for this enriching Performing Arts Center, where our students can share their many gifts and talents. We celebrate those alumni, parents, and workers who made this space come to life. We recognize the unwavering dedication of our teachers who guide this young talent and prepare them for their performances. Lastly, we honor our parents and families who, through their unconditional love for their child, support each and every child as the beautiful gift from God that they are. St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us, Lord Jesus, in our hearts forever. At this time, I will turn it over to our junior high band and Mr. Davis.
Welcome to the junior high portion of our band concert, our Christmas winter concert. This group has been a lively group, to say the least. They keep me young for sure, sometimes age me for sure, but they're a lot of fun to work with. And you know, they are all good musicians, and one of the things about coming here is that we all come at different levels. The junior high, I always tell my junior high band, they can attend, nod your head if you've heard this before. We all come in at different levels, right? And it's not just band, it's academics, it's athletic. We all come in at different levels, nod your head if you agree with that. And it takes this little curve to kind of go like this, right? And so I told the kids before we went, I'm very proud of where we are now compared to where we were in September to here. And when you're back here for our spring concert, we're going to be over there. It's amazing how quickly they learn from one another, right? The more experience, it's truly Lasallian. And Lasallian days where the older kids would work to help the younger kids. And that's how I perceive the junior high band. So on that note, we're going to move on to our next piece called All Through the Silent Night. Thank you for being here. Okay, before we conclude our junior high portion, and it's really quick, so I might have to add like a junior high, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to commit anything, but I've got so much interest in jazz ensemble that they're like coming out of the woodwork, so I might have to add like a junior high jazz ensemble to add to our junior high concert band, but you didn't hear that from me, okay? So, first of all, this past weekend we had our junior high all-county auditions, and while nobody in the junior high in 7th and 8th grade, junior high all-county is 7, 8, and 9. So these poor kiddos have to compete against 9th graders, which in theory have a year ahead of them and all that stuff. So, but what stood out to me more than anything else is the number of 7th and 8th graders that missed the mark by 1 or 2 spots. So there's only a couple, but I'd like to ask anybody that did the junior high all-county auditions to please stand up, because that in itself is an accomplishment, right? Stand up. And I yelled at my Barry sax player. He did not do that, but he did. He auditioned in chorus. Yes. Did you get in or no? You don't know yet? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll bet he did, because he's got a great voice, so it wouldn't surprise me. So our final number, those of you that have 8th grade music with me, you know we talked about music called a symphonic poem or tone poem, where we talk about imagery of music, right? We hear something and we get a mental image. Does any of you can think of anything like that you've experienced as an audience? Raise your hand. Right? So, no? Okay, well it's dark, so I can't tell. But so you hear certain things, like a flute a lot of times will represent a bird, right? You old timers like myself, like Peter and the Wolf, right? Each instrument represents a certain character in the story, right? So our final piece is called Toboggan Run, and it's supposed to depict an exciting downhill toboggan run. So we'll see if they can stay together. I have confidence that they will. But this is a lot of fun to play. And guys, is this your favorite song of all of our songs? Yes. Yes? Okay. So right there makes it all worth it, right? So this is Toboggan Run. After this performance, after this song, please enjoy our little reception. Thanks to our Parents Club and our administration. And by the way, I'd like to thank all of our not only administration, but our faculty and staff, especially our maintenance crew. They do so much work for us as well. But the support without all of them, yes. And I sometimes wish that these guys all knew how much support they had behind them. So thank you to all of those groups. Thank you again to the Parents Club, who can't hear me because they're outside getting ready to feed all of you. And thank you to my amazing colleagues. Mrs. Jessica Tamajan, our orchestra teacher, and Mrs. Erin Moore, our chorus teacher. I could not ask for a better team to work with. They are amazing. Thank you to all of you. Without all of you and your support, this would not happen. And I told the kids, I invite you. I know we're limited seating for high school, and I said before, I wish that in the old days, I made them stay to watch the senior high performances, because we learn a lot from that, right? So I invite you to stick around, and if there's any open seats and you want to fill in, it's the holidays, right? So if you don't have a place to go, what a cool thing. The jazz band's going to be awesome. The high school's got amazing and different levels, right? Different levels of ability. So, and if I told them, if any of you want to stick around, and parents too, in my room 116, there's a monitor. You can watch it. If there's no seats left, you're welcome to sit in there and watch it on the TV screen with the monitor. So on that note, thank you for being here. Enjoy the reception after, and this is Toboggan Run. So we're gonna clear the theater. We'll bring house lights on after the band gets out. Again, help yourself to refreshments. Again, thanks to the Parents Club for sponsoring this. And in about, I don't even know what time it is. At 7 o'clock starts the senior high portion, and followed by the senior high. Right after it, no emptying the audience, will be our jazz band. So again, I invite all of you, if there's seats available, to come and fill in the seats. And if not, in room 116, the kids can point it out to you. There's a monitor for you to be able to watch that portion of the concert. Thank you for being here tonight. The kids really enjoy it. I love seeing you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Tepkowski, the Assistant Principal and Dean of 11th and 12th grade. On behalf of CBA and the administration, welcome to the Byrne Performing Arts Center. As we start everything here at CBA, let us remember that we're always and everywhere in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. During the most holy Advent season, let us celebrate the birth of Christ and allow us to acknowledge that we have to be thankful for while recognizing God in every person we encounter. Help us to be mindful of those who especially go without food, without shelter, without family, and without love. We thank you, Lord, for this enriching Performing Arts Center, where our students can share their many gifts and talents. We celebrate those alumni, parents, and workers who have made this space come to life. We recognize the unwavering dedication of our teachers who guide this young talent and prepare them for their performances. Lastly, we honor our parents and families who, through their unconditional love for their child, support each and every child as the beautiful gift they are from God. St. John Baptist de La Salle, live Jesus in our hearts. So again, thank you and welcome to CBA. If this is your first time, without further ado, we're going to welcome our Performing Arts Director, Tim Davis, who will lead our senior and junior and jazz bands tonight. Thank you.
So welcome to the senior high portion of our concert band Christmas concert. This is our senior high band, as you know already. So it's a large group. It's also a challenging group. Can I ask all of my percussionists, even the ones backstage, to come out, please? Come on, don't be shy. All of you. Yes. So I've been working in the county for many years. There you go, right on cue. And I was our OCMEA president and all that stuff. I can't think of another school that had a school year with 22 percussionists. But to their credit, you know, we divvy things up and they're on task. So it's great. They're a lot of fun. The whole group's a lot of fun to work with. I've got a great group of seniors. Some exciting news about this year. CBA starting with an organization called Tri-M. It's basically like a National Honor Society for Music. Those invitation letters are going to be going out this week before break. So our focus is going to be on service outside of our community, as well as service in-house. Things like that. So it's a very prestigious. As far as I know, we're the only private school in the area that has a Tri-M chapter. So we're super excited about that. And I know a lot of the people behind me are going to be a big part of that moving forward. So thank you in advance for all of their hard work and all of your support. Come in. Oh, okay. So on that note, our next piece is a piece called, I think most of you will recognize, called Blue Christmas. So enjoy. Our next number is a medley of Happy Holiday and White Christmas, two Christmas holiday classics, right? Before we get into this, I'd just like to acknowledge some of our students who auditioned this past weekend for junior high all-county. We had one student who qualified. I've never had so many students come within one or two rankings of qualifying. An effort, they kind of, scaled down the size a little bit. But Quentin Goodemo, stand up please. Qualified on French. And anyone else who auditioned for all county, can you please stand up? Stand up, come on. Yep. So a lot of the junior high band members audition for all county. Junior high all county is 7, 8, and 9, not just 7, 8 like our junior high here. So I had a lot of students in 7th and 8th grade audition. But just the whole process of going through something like that, even if you never make an all county, it's just a great experience and it helps prepare you for dealing with your nerves and dealing with doing something in front of a stranger and all that stuff. So I give a lot of commendations and praise to anyone that ever does an all-county, or for that matter, NISMA, a spring festival audition. So congratulations. Okay, before we begin our final number of the concert band, and I'm going to ask a tall order from the audience. After this last song, we're going to do a turnover for our jazz ensemble. It's going to be a very exciting jazz band performance, so please bear with us as we move some chairs out of the way, move some electronics and drums onto the stage. So, we're so excited about this facility. Isn't this great, by the way? This is my 30th year at CBA, and all the years of lugging twice a year. All the years of lugging all of our equipment up to the gymnasium for concerts and then back down, and not having a place to rehearse other than a classroom. And it's a nice classroom, but not a stage, not an audience that we can call our own, right? So we're very proud of this. If you have not got a chance to see, you've seen the concert obviously, but our musicals, I direct our junior high musical. We just did Mary Poppins in November. It was a huge success. I'm very proud of my junior high kids that did that. Yep, I see some woohoos. So yeah. So if you have not heard, our spring musical this year is going to be Footloose. Yeah, how about that? And while I don't direct that, I do conduct the pit band, which is very exciting. Live music as opposed to canned music, so it's going to be very exciting. So that's going to be 2 weekends. So I invite you to look at the calendars to see those weekends, and maybe consider coming support our drama department. So it's going to be very exciting. So our next piece, our final piece, is a piece that I think some of the students struggled with early on. It's constantly changing meters. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? And I'm like, okay, think of this. Bump, bump, ba-da, bump, bump, ba-da, bump, bump, ba-da, right? Yeah, okay, I gotta laugh at somebody. So it's really the same thing. 3, 2, it's really like in 5, right? 1 and 4, 5, 1 and. So a lot of the song is, but it's always keeping you thinking, right? So listen for those changes, and I think they've enjoyed this. Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Do you like this song? Yeah? Okay. So this is a piece called Angels Sing. Before we play that, I'd like to first of all make a few thank yous. First of all, our faculty, our staff, including our maintenance department, top notch. Our administration, top notch. Our faculty, top notch. Without their support, this could not happen. These guys have lessons, they have commitments, they got a lot on their plates, just like you do, hauling them around. So all of them, I can't thank them enough. Our amazing parents club, after this concert's over with, you're invited for a little small reception out in the lobby area. And take the time, I invite you, on this wall out there, you'll see, similarly to our athletic wall by the nurse's office, this year's version of our bands and our music, our theaters and things like that, our theatrical productions. And then on that wall, you'll see the top row are the past 10 years of fall dramas and spring musicals, and the bottom row is the past 10 years of the junior high musicals, and it just turns out that the past 10 years were all mine, so I'm proud of that. But so yes, it's a great lobby. Maybe last time some of you were here, we didn't have all that signage out there, so kudos to all the people that support this, and thank you for being here. My colleagues, first, to end this, Mrs. Jessica Tomajian, Mrs. Erin Moore, we all support each other, and we're a little family outside of our big families outside of school, so they make coming to work so much fun. And these guys, I tell them they're my sanity because I teach 8th grade music and I teach junior high band. These are my only high school kids, so they keep my sanity, and I love that. But most of all, thank you for all of you for supporting them, right? Without your support, they would not be able to be here, hauling them to rehearsals and lessons and things like that. So thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. So this is Angels Sing, and then we'll have about a 5-minute break before our jazz band portion, okay? And I just want to point out, a lot of these students, especially 11th and 12th graders, are taking like 4 or 5 AP exams on top of this, so they don't have to be here. So the fact that they're committed to this program means the world to me. So thank you to all of them and everybody. So thanks for being here tonight. We'll ask for some, after they exit off, we'll ask for some house lights. If you guys don't mind staying put for a few minutes while we set up for jazz ensemble. Thank you very much. How about that for turnaround time, right? Okay, this is our CBA Jazz Ensemble. Consisting of students from 7th through 12th grade. So I love watching younger students learn from the older students. It's a great environment, and like I said, the senior high keep my sanity. Most of the time, not all the time. Jazz ensemble also keeps my sanity, right? Yeah, they're being timid. So that was obviously White Christmas. Our next is going to be a very subtle version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So hope you enjoy. easy to play that subtly with brass players and woodwind, reed players. So kudos to them playing musically. So before we begin our final piece for this evening, and I'd like to again thank all of you for taking the time to spend with us and your children or families. So thank you so much for being here. You've heard my thank yous, so I'll reiterate that again. This is such a great environment, and as I said earlier, being here for 30 years, seeing the music department grow, how it's grown over that span of time is just, amazing to me. So again, that comes down to the support of family and friends. So thank you very much again. Give yourselves a round of applause. And we'll conclude tonight with I'll Be Home for Christmas. And again, please stay and enjoy the wonderful reception provided by our Parents Club out in the lobby afterwards. And then all these guys will be out there to see you. So have yourself a great holidays. And again, thank you for being here. Be safe, okay? Thank you so much. Hey, once again, thanks for being here tonight. Enjoy the reception out in the lobby, and we'll all be out there to join you. Thanks so much. Happy holidays, everyone.